Hello warriors, up now one for day, if not gets better. So in today's Tower Fantasy video, we'll be taking a review of King. He is one of the best characters in Shadow, but is one of the worst when it comes to getting weapon charge. He is a medium speed fighter and also a crowd control type of character. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the guide. His normal combos start like this. The final attack will send a normal enemy or a player to the air, and it also converts into a air combo. His ground special or ground hold is returning chain blade. After his third or fourth attack, he will be able to swing his chains around, which will be able to gather enemies around him. This is a good useful tool for crowd control to be able to add extra damage in your inner space. His air attacks go like this. The final attack will be a knockback to normal enemies and players. His air special or hold and pommel attack is Asunder. In the air combos, you can hold down the attack button to do a force knockdown to players and normal enemies. This will normally work after the third combo, so you can get a fast recovery coming back down. For the pommel attack, it will go to the last location where your enemy last stands. Just like Claudia, King can also do a damage boost whenever you're in higher altitude to do the pommel attack, and he also does it with his air hold or air special. His non-moving dodge is Domain of the Bat, in which he will pull his enemies in his inner space and then do a downward slash to his enemies. This has a range, so you cannot do this very effectively if your enemy isn't close to him. His moving dodge is also returning chain blade, but this time you can move to a certain angle to gather more enemies rather than doing a 3 or 4 attack combo to gather them. King does have a stealth attack. When King reaches the fully charged, you'll be able to burn your target for 8 seconds. King's skill is Mortal Coil, in which you swing his scythe to a bigger range, and it is a 45-second cooldown. It is a heavy damage hitter, and it is very useful to add damage to normal enemies, but also very useful to break enemy shields whenever it is up. Although the skill does look like it did 20% to the shield, you do have to apply a lot of pressure to break the enemy shield. That is how the game works. King's Discharge Flaming Scythe will create a flaming zone while he slams his scythe to the ground, making 5 sides for each enemy to deal with. The first slam will do heavy damage while the other 5 will do less damage. Normal enemies will keep jumping up and down for the explosions, while resistant enemies can keep getting damage if you keep them in the same space where the scythe keeps popping up. While you see me use the discharge on a resistant enemy, here's what his stars can do. His first star will be able to burn enemies whenever you shatter their shield. This will last for 15 seconds for burn damage. His second star will increase your health by 16%, but the third star will increase damage for each enemy around you. This is a 3 stack, so 1 to 3 enemies will give you a damage boost of 10, 20 and 30%. 4-star King will increase your damage by 32%, and 5-star King, which is the level that I am at right now, will increase your damage to shield enemies by 100%. Since I do have 2-piece King Matrix, whenever you shatter an enemy with his Matrix, you'll be able to get a damage boost for 25 seconds. So, whenever you shatter an enemy, you can also switch to a different weapon to get that extra damage in with the damage boost. King's trait allows you to get 8% of health for every 7 enemies that you kill, but his upgraded trait, you'll get 10% of your health for every 5 enemies that you kill. This is very useful for crowd control characters like King and Shiro, so use it wisely whenever you feel low on your health. For combos with King, you can use his normal 5 attacks on the ground and to the air, since it's the first character that can be able to do a auto combo by itself. You can use the ground special after the 4th attack so you can do more damage than the 5th attack, then you can use the normal air attacks for another knockback. Or you can do my favorite combo, go for the ground special after the 4th attack, jump, go to the 3rd attack, then use the air special for a hard knockdown. For crowded enemies, you can use his moving dodge attack to gather enemies around you. You can do his air attacks, which the 3rd one will be able to do a bigger surrounding than normal. You can use his normal combos on the ground, you can use the ground special, you can use anything. King is very good when it comes to crowd control. For resistant enemies, you can use his skill, you can use his discharge, you can use the ground special and air special to do hard damage to the enemy shields as well. But you do have to use other weapons to support that if you want to break the shields faster. King can do heavy damage to shields, but he cannot do it alone. He does need other weapons to support that. Although King is medium speed when it comes to fighting, his pommel and air special is the only good thing to bring the enemy down from stopping the flow of doing something else. His skill and discharge does do heavy damage to the shield and is very useful to get a head start. His air attacks is also useful because it is faster than his ground attacks, so you can use the 3 attacks and the air special after that to get a heavy knockdown. It is very scary, and King is one of those scary characters to face with. If you do not know about King, then you'll get some traumatizing events whenever you go fight him. And my friend right here experienced that just for herself, and she doesn't like how good King can be whenever he has air pommel or air special. King is weak against healers. So going up against a healer with King would be the biggest mistake of your life. If the character has Zero or Nemesis, they can pretty much slow you down or slow you down for damage. Although you'll be able to break their shields, having the absorption or basically slowing you down from doing other stuff is pretty sad. So yeah, going up against healers is the biggest mistake you have in your life. Alright guys, that is my review of King. Let me know what you think of it down below. Do you still main him? Do you not like shorter characters? It's up to you. And yeah, this is your boy Frost. Stay frosty. Thank you for watching this review. And thank you for the guys who helped me for the PvP to test out King. And I am going dark.